Good morning, everyone. So I thought this week I would do kind of another book series. So I don't know if this is gonna be like what I read in a day, what I read in a week, what am I reading now, but because also I don't think I'm gonna have that much time this week to read as much as I would like, but we'll try. I am reading a really small book, which is The Age of Iron, if I'm not wrong. This is about grief. It's kind of more depressing, emotional, deep book, which my favorite. And I really want to finish that because I'm really excited to read this one, which is The Names by Florence Knapp. I've had one of the book YouTube girlies that I follow since ever recommend this, and she really liked it, and now I'm very excited to read it because that's sometimes how I find really good books. Like before, I used to go from like BookTok, but I had a lot of disappointments with BookTok. So now I trust my girlies on YouTube, and if a summary of a book really like makes me curious and they really like it, I normally go and buy it. So almost ready. I got this shirt from Zara, and I wasn't sure about it, but I am obsessed. Like with the color, with the way that it cinches in here, because it has a little, and it's so freaking cute. Also, I am not like a big perfume girl, but every perfume from Zara, I never figured this camera out. Every perfume from Zara is just amazing. For the price that they sell this, which is like, here is 30 francs, this is amazing. Like, actually amazing. This one is the Hypnotic Vanilla, and it smells a little bit, like it has a scent of vanilla, but it's not too strong. Because normally I don't like sweet perfumes. Today the sun is fully out. Like, just look at that. It makes me just feel so much better and wake up with so much more energy. So we are ready for the day. And it was gym time again. Can you actually tell that I'm not feeling it at all? I am so tired. You know what I'm gonna do? I got home from work. I took this one for a walk. And what I'm gonna do now, before dinner and taking a bath and all of that stuff that is work, I'm gonna sit here, very comfy, and I'm gonna read. So this was the book that I was telling you about, that I was reading, and it's called Age of Iron, and it's by J.M. I don't want to say this name wrong, so I'm not gonna say it. It is here for you to see. Should I read you the summary? Yeah, I'll read you the summary. So this is in Cape Town, South Africa. An elderly classics professor writes letter to her distant daughter, recounting the strange and disturbing events of her dying days. So this woman that we still actually don't know her name, she's dying of cancer. And she is in great pain. And her daughter, I think she moved to America, to the United States, and they write to each other. But what I'm getting is she's writing this letter, not to send her like now and be like back and forth, but a letter that is kind of like a diary for her daughter to read when she dies. So through all of this, her only companion, the only person to whom she can confess her mounting anger and despair, is a homeless man who one day appears on her doorstep. Their whole relationship interactions are quite funny because he's a very strange man and she's a woman with a lot of fire in her, and she's like very mad about life. So it's an interesting dynamic, and I'm liking it so far. Is is strong. It's like is deep and is emotional, and it's kind of depressing. But that's how I like my books. So I just filmed a whole thing, and it was not recording. So actually, there's something in this book, like, I don't know if I was not paying attention or if they still haven't like really explained it to us, but there's this woman living with the old lady, and I think she's kind of a helper at the house, like she cleans stuff and organizes things for her because she really can't do it. She's like in a lot of pain, and she has two kids. One is like barely a kid, like is a baby, and the other one I think is 14. This kid is so annoying. He is just like doing everything to piss me off. Like, he is so careless, and his mom also is even worse. Like, she doesn't care that he's just in trouble and that he's bringing like his this friend of his that is also even a bigger trouble than him, and the mom is just like, yeah, like, what can I do? Oh my god, if my Portuguese mom saw this. Talking business now, I finished The Age of Iron, and let me tell you that I was disappointed. I give it 2.5 stars. I think it was just like, first things first, it started to get really boring. Only for one reason, that is, it was so repetitive. Like, I don't know why. Like, okay, she was getting depressed, like she was dying, she had cancer, and it was terminal, but she would say the same things over and over and over. And the thing is that this book is also political, about Cape Town in that time, but she just repeats the same things, like the same message that she's trying to get out a bunch of times. And I'm like, I've heard this, my lady. I've heard this. So yeah, it was not like my favorite thing ever. Like, I could have done my life without this book. But I'm sad. I'm sad because I had high hopes for this book. I have a question, which is, how long does it take you to properly potty train a puppy? Because this one is getting on my nerves. It's getting on my nerve because he was doing good. He was doing really good. Like, the only thing that he couldn't really like handle was the whole night, which I understand. For a puppy, like, his bladder is tiny still. But he is now trying to do it again at the house, like during the afternoon. What are you doing, my guy? And then he looks at me with his face, and he gets like down, asking me for love. And I feel so bad. Like, how can you say no? How can you say no to this? He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Hi guys. So I have started to read The Names by Florence Knapp, and so in one go I got to 65 pages, because this is actually feeling like a 5-star book, and I'm very excited about it. The emotions in this book, all the dynamics and relationships so far, it's been amazing. This is about Cora. She has a daughter that is 9 years old. Her name is Maya, and she now just had another baby. And she has her husband, which is a very known and loved doctor, is abusive, and nobody knows that he's abusive. And so there is one day that she needs to go to the register and choose the name of the baby, of the boy that they just had. And basically her husband wants the baby to be named Gordon, which is the name that he has, the name that his father has, the name that his grandfather had. So it's like a family thing. And she really doesn't like the name Gordon. Like, Cora believes that the name that you give your child will basically almost define their future, and that names are associated with certain paths in life, which I kind of like that concept. And sometimes I kind of can see that in my life with the people that I know and they have the same names, which is really interesting concept to think about. And so this whole book is called The Names because they give you different perspectives from what the life of this little boy could have been, depending on the name that she chose. So right now I already went to 3 different paths of life with 3 different names, and it's really interesting. Like, this is just fast paced. I'm so curious about this, and it's just amazing because she ends up leaving her husband in one of these paths, and she creates this like found family. And I love this so much. This is one of my favorite like tropes, like one of my favorite stories ever. It's such a beautiful day in Geneva today. It's just amazing. The sun is shining, the sky is so blue, and it's Thursday, and tomorrow I don't work because I go to Portugal, so I'm in the best mood. Me and Luffy are gonna give you an update of the book. So yesterday at night I finished the book The Names, which is this one here, and I gave it 5 stars. And if I could give it 6 stars, I would, because this was actually one of the best books that I've read in a long time. It's like so profound, emotional, breathtaking. It's like utterly just humane. Like, you just kept every emotion, and I related so much with the characters. And basically, like I told before, it's like 3 different stories based on 3 different names that the main guy could have had. One of them is Bear, the other one is Julian, and the other is Gordon. And every single story is just like heartbreaking. Every single one of them, it's amazing. And honestly, I think I'll have to give it an update. After I need to let some days pass because I'm just still in shock. But this will be for sure one of my favorite books ever this year. Right, Luffy? Tell them. One of the best books ever. Hey guys. Hello everyone. So, an update on the book reading. I am reading on The Calculation of Volume. I had seen this book sometimes in bookstores, and I kinda was like intrigued by it, but I really didn't know what it was about. So in Lisbon, I finished my other book, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need something to read for the trip. Like, while I'm at the airport waiting and while I'm on a plane, because I forgot my headphones. So I needed something to pass the time. And I got this book, and it's basically, so I read the summary, and it said that it was about this girl, that she lives always on the same day, like in a loop kind of thing. you really don't know why. And the plot of all of this, based on the summary, is that she meets someone that is always on that loop. So they are both living the same day again and again, and the rest of the people in the world, like for them, is just like a new day because they forget the yesterday, basically. And I was like, okay, this seems like a really good summary. But I thought that this, like, they were going to show us the girl and her life and kind of explain why she's on this loop. And then she meets the other guy that is also on this loop. But no, they actually talk about this guy right on the first page. And so I'm like, so now what is next? Like, what do we have to find out next? So I'm kind of interested in this. I'm kind of curious about it. So I'll keep you updated on it. So I actually forgot to say that I finished the book that I was reading, The Calculations on Volume, and I figured that this was the third book. Like the little 3 dots were like way here on the cover, but it's fine because I searched and there was no problem. Like if you haven't read the first and the second one, it's okay. It's not like an actual continuation with the plot. And that's the thing about this book, because I think I'm gonna give it, I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm gonna give it 2.5. First things first, because little spoiler here. Though if you read the first and the second one, it's not on the third one that you're gonna have your answers. Because this is the second book in this year that I've read that is kind of a mystery, but with no resolution. This is much more about like the characters and their mental state, and I think the base here is the subject of meaning with no future. So it's basically, it actually made me think a lot, like if I was stuck in this day for the rest of my life, how would my life be? If I would have any motivations, if I would have any ambitions. And I like that part because it actually made me think about it, but it kind of frustrates me that I don't have answers about this. Like you don't solve this mystery. It's not a mystery to be solved, actually. So yeah, 2.5. Not really happy about this. Finally, I think I'm gonna end this vlog here because I've been having some vision issues. What I mean by that is that I was born with a problem in my eyes. Is not a big problem. It's like I have perfect vision. I went to the doctor. They told me that I have perfect vision, but I have a problem with how the muscles of my eyes work, I guess. So when I focus on something, so when I'm reading, like my muscles should go from this to this, and in my case my muscles go like this. So just one doing the work of two. And that's why I've been like with headaches, my eyes hurt, they are red, like I'm blinking a lot. It kind of burns when I'm a lot of time like reading. So I think I'm gonna make like a pause in reading. I'm gonna try like 2 or 3 days. And because of my work is always on the computer, that doesn't help either, but I got new lenses. So I'm already feeling a little bit better, but I don't want to push it. So this vlog is gonna end here, and I'll see you on the next one.